What's going on, guys? Crypto Renegade here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about what will the Bitcoin SuperCycle play out look like in 2022. Let's jump in. But before I jump into the content, I just completely revamped my website, bitcoinlockup.com. As you can see, there is some very exciting stuff coming, and you can always preview my newest videos there before they hit YouTube or any other platform. There will also be some bonus exclusive content coming that will not be made available anywhere else. It's time to upset the established order.
And here we go.
So Bitcoin's story will be told for ages, from jumping from less than a single dollar in 2009 to surpassing 69,000 in 2021. And this meteoric rise seems to have no end in sight long term. As of making and publishing this video, Bitcoin has slumped down to around $42,000, but the trend is the same for all cryptocurrencies mostly. Now, most of these cryptos are down as much as 18% by the end of 2021, but I personally think 2022 will be a different year for cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology overall in general. First, the year has just begun, and many cryptocurrencies have roadmaps filled with different promises that will make the crypto space rich in both terms of features and use cases. Second, with the adoption of Bitcoin by El Salvador, many countries are being silent spectators and analyzing how that actually plays out. And if it turns out to be a successful model, many upcoming countries might actually adopt Bitcoin. Maybe not entirely replacing their currency, but as an alternative. Now, before you clicked on the title, you must be thinking, what is a SuperCycle, and is this just a new feature for Bitcoin? But let's break down the high expectations before diving further into this topic. A SuperCycle is not a feature of Bitcoin or blockchain, period. But it is something that is all related to blockchain and crypto geeks, or even crypto novices, that you need to understand. A SuperCycle is a phenomenon of a bullish increase in the market security price. This causes its price to increase even further over time. Let us understand it with an example. Think of it as a positive feedback loop. As people get interested in an investment, they buy it even more, which drives up the price. Now, as that price increases, it makes people confident, which encourages them to, you guessed it, buy more, thus driving the price even further. Another example is randomly ripening of apples. An apple on a tree ripens due to the production of ethylene. This causes the neighboring apples on the branch to also ripen. The neighboring apples produce more ethylene, and more apples tend to ripen quicker, and the loop continues. So coming back to a SuperCycle is used to refer to a decade-long bull run of a stock or a commodity traditionally. But financial analysts, especially Bitcoin enthusiasts, are applying it now to Bitcoin. The last decade has been a golden bull run for Bitcoin, all things considered, and the price has jumped multifold since the beginning of the COVID pandemic. The concept of a SuperCycle in crypto is quite vague, as it does not fulfill the criteria in terms of time. It's only 13 years old. But even so, this SuperCycle thesis is bold and can indicate a mass adoption of crypto, especially Bitcoin. Now, if you've dabbled in the crypto space, you might know that there are thousands of different cryptocurrencies out there, all touting different features and values. Some worth mentioning would be, of course, Ethereum and its smart contract platform, second in market cap. Also Polkadot with its robust security and speed, and Near Protocol with its interoperability. Despite all that, Bitcoin is the king daddy in the crypto world, the final boss, if you will. But why are people so bullish about it? Well, for starters, if you question someone about blockchain or what a digital currency is, the chances of them calling it Bitcoin are extremely high. Bitcoin is synonymous with blockchain. This is the same as Kleenex is synonymous with tissue paper, or Xerox is synonymous with photocopying. We all know what happens to those companies that become much more famous than the actual concept itself, branding. If you have no idea, check the all-time high valuations of both Kleenex and Xerox on the charts, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about.
Finally! Someone who understands!
Now, let's talk about some of the key moments of Bitcoin, which I am 100% sure will pump you up. Since the beginning of the COVID pandemic, Bitcoin has seen a new jump in prices. And with time, people are realizing that it is more than just a speculative asset, but has real-life applications and removes third-party institutions entirely. Moreover, the pandemic has led to many countries being deep down in debt, and they counteracted it by printing a buttload of money. But this has led many companies, such as Tesla, to convert part of their cash reserves into Bitcoin as an asset class and diversification, even if Elon didn't fully stick to it. Now, retail buyers can buy Bitcoin from places like PayPal, Robinhood, and Cash App. Eventually, Bitcoin can be used as payment everywhere, thus tapping all the known markets. Moreover, in the last decade, Bitcoin has grown at an average yearly rate of over 300%. Well, this seems like quite a wealth-building asset, right? In the initial days of Bitcoin, the main problem was that we could only realize its value when we traded it for cash on exchanges. But as more and more businesses are opening up their gate for accessing and investing in Bitcoin, they also want it as payment. This will help keep the adoption of Bitcoin even by your mom. Soon, MasterCard will allow cryptocurrency payments on its network. This will make sure that we find multiple ways of being able to spend your Bitcoin. 2021 was a big year for the adoption of this crypto, and with that, the prices of Bitcoin jumped after the announcement of the first Bitcoin ETF in Canada. This ultimately opens up Bitcoin's future trades to traditional exchanges and traditional investors, but still not as good as a spot ETF. If all institutions in the US put even a single-digit percentage of their cash reserves into Bitcoin, then it could jump to 400 to 500K per coin easy. And that's just the US. Imagine if Bitcoin's value of only 10% of all the institutions in the world start using Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price could touch levels that even traditional stocks have never even dreamed of. The world's largest investment bank, BlackRock, is also dabbling with it. For those who do not know, BlackRock is a synonym for risk management when it comes to investment. So, BlackRock dabbling with Bitcoin is quite a shock to many. In November 2021, President Joe Biden signed the bipartisan bill into law. I will not go into the whole law and politics thing, but the major highlight here is that it allows provisions for reporting taxes on cryptocurrency and NFTs. Many are seeing this as a green light signal from the US, or at least validating it, though some clear laws still need to be put in place to stop all of the rampant speculation. Hopefully, now you guys understand why I have been very bullish about Bitcoin for all these years. And mark my words, the Bitcoin bull run is far from over, and we might even see new price highs even during mid to the end of 2022. This video obviously is highly biased if I didn't point out Bitcoin's roadblocks, which can induce price falls. First, the blockchain consumes a lot of electricity, and by a lot, I mean a lot. Bitcoin consumes as much electricity as running a country the size of Chile. The transaction fees and speed are also crippling if the network is highly congested. Just imagine waiting for your coffee payment to go through, and it could take anywhere from 10 minutes to hours and sometimes days. On top of that, you end up paying roughly around $20 for a $3 cup of coffee. Yeah, that's how ineffective the current mode of transaction is with Bitcoin as of now in terms of a cash equivalent. But Bitcoin developers have introduced the Bitcoin Lightning Network, which, if not entirely but partially, tackles both transaction speed and fees. And if you want to know more about the Bitcoin Lightning Network, then go ahead and click the video right here at the top that I've made. I just recently shot that one and how it solves Bitcoin scalability issues. And with Bitcoin currently trading around 43,000, that puts a high barrier to entry, stopping most investors from jumping into the wagon. For that, most upcoming crypto enthusiasts might seek out Bitcoin competitors who are yet to explode, and not only address the issue with Bitcoin, but also provide additional tons of new features. So if you're thinking, wow, Bitcoin is great and it could replace fiat currencies, then let me actually break this down for you. No country will ever break its backbone by completely replacing its currency with Bitcoin, or at least unlikely. But Bitcoin's adoption by people and big companies can help most countries form laws and frameworks. This way, we can have Bitcoin running in parallel with a regular fiat currency. Bitcoin has a lot of potential, and it even has even more room to improve its offerings. Now, of course, there are many competitors to Bitcoin, which we mentioned before. They also have the chance to make sure that Bitcoin's SuperCycle actually plays out. It's not if, it's when. But I think Bitcoin has the capability of uniting all other cryptos under its hood if it touched new all-time highs.
It will pay. I may have been early, but I'm not wrong.
Most people admittedly take their first step into the crypto world with Bitcoin. But that could soon change with a new generation of NFTs and the metaverse. And so with all that, if you like this video, then please make sure to like it and subscribe. It really helps me out and it helps me keep the lights on a bit longer around here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, Crypto Renegade out.